Miss. Hello. Ma'am. You're cute.
Hello everybody, my name is Brooklyn, otherwise known as the Dramatic Otaku, and welcome to today's video where we are taking another video out of the 2-year-old, 3-year-old video vault and doing a what's in my con bag video. I've tried filming this twice before, but with me being more consistent in what I bring to conventions, I thought I'd voice this over this previous footage and add some stuff that I take now as well. As you might notice a big change in my hair in any shots that show me in it, and I've also found that I tend to be like the con mum of my small group, and whether that's like just me and my girlfriend or like a bigger group of friends, I end up being the most prepared with snacks, band-aids, extra makeup, etc. So I overdo it on items. I take about 2 bags to conventions, a bag for the car and a bag for the actual convention floor itself. So if you can only take 1 bag, I'll make an indicator of this if it's like absolutely necessary on the screen. So anyway, let's begin. To start with, I make my own cosplays, so I allow myself to have 2 sewing kits, 1 for the car and 1 inside my bag. The one in my bag is in an Altoids tin and contains 3 needles of varying thicknesses, 3 pins, thread that matches the fabric on my cosplay, and making sure I have a lot of it, but not a full spool of thread. Then I also have extra buttons and snaps just in general, and a thimble, which I don't usually need, but I've started pricking myself more, so a thimble is a good idea. And then I have a bigger sewing kit, which will usually have the same items on a larger scale. So I have a pin wheel, a needle container, a spool of the matching threads that I need, and usually multiple, whereas I'll take in 1 or 2 threads that are the main colors of my cosplay. I will take the full spool of each thread that was used on the cosplay, as well as scissors. Now, obviously conventions have their cosplay repair stations, so I don't tend to need to use the biggest sewing kit that stays in the car unless I have a bigger malfunction towards the start of the day, like with my Sailor Jupiter cosplay, in which my skirt kept ripping in the first hour of the convention. If you do make your own cosplays, I'd recommend at least having extras with you of your small details that could fall off your cosplay, such as buttons and extra threads in the exact same color you used or the exact same color as your fabric, even if you're going to go to the cosplay repair station, just for some peace of mind, I guess, because they may have the same or a similar color, but it's not the exact same. Next will be the makeup that you need for your cosplay if you are doing cosplay. This being divided between, once again, what is in my bag in the car and what is in my bag with me on the floor. The stuff that is with me on the floor will usually just be makeup that you need to touch up. Think lipstick, bobby pins, powder, that is it. Stuff that is very easy to just fix on the go, maybe having a little makeup mirror with you. Now, the stuff that stays in the car is palettes, hairbrush, eyeshadow brushes, pretty much unless your palette can fit in your bag that you can take onto the con floor. 90% of the time, you do not need to reapply your eye makeup, so do not bother. Then, in my bag is obviously my everyday essentials, so my purse, keys, headphones, eye drops, glasses, hand sanitizer, and any vitamins or pills that I need, as well as having 2 reusable bags for buying stuff on the con floor. Now, this is something that I have found as something very, very helpful to bring to cons as well. If you do have a backpack to take to the convention, I would highly suggest bringing a folder for buying prints from the artist alley. Sole reason being is that I saw my friend do it once, and it keeps all of the like smaller prints flat. And what you can also do, and this is very helpful if you're like me and you're doing haul videos, is keep track of what prints you've gotten and what business cards you got from those tables, as well as any other items you got from that seller. It's very, very helpful, and it's just a little thing that will help you throughout the rest of the day. Next, once again, for what you take with you on the con floor would be, for me, my period bag, which goes into my actual bag and is usually in my everyday essentials. I just slightly tweak it for conventions specifically, and if you do not have a vagina, then I would still recommend this, because there are people who will around you, and this can be helpful for not only you but the people around you. Now, some of these are very specific to myself, but in my period bag, we have pads, tampons, and panty liners. Pads and tampons I tend not to use anymore, but it's good for anyone who is with me. But panty liners is different. Panty liners I use for cosplay. If you're a cosplayer and have like a big suit, sometimes having panty liners under your armpits is very helpful. Or if you are like me and wear big chunky boots to conventions, panty liners on the back of your heels or pads cut in half on the back of your heels are very helpful for protecting your heels from getting hurt or like cut by your shoes. Next, for this period bag is various band-aids of various shapes and sizes, as well as hair ties. Also, because I don't use pads or tampons, I also pack extra underwear or extra period underwear just in case, as well as a like plastic baggie for said period underwear if I do use it. Then, of course, probably the most important thing to put into your period bag is paracetamol or ibuprofen. I take paracetamol not only for period cramps, but also for wig headaches. Trust me when I say this, I suffer really badly from wig headaches, and me taking paracetamol helps significantly with those headaches, especially if I'm just wearing like a wig grip and take paracetamol. It makes my life so much easier. I nearly fainted at one convention because my wig headache had gotten so bad. So the next thing now, this one is a must for you and the people around you, and I don't mean in an apply it kind of way. Deodorant. You need to put on deodorant at the start of the day, and you also need to bring it with you to reapply. Now, if you have an unscented deodorant and you think it doesn't work, take a travel perfume. One of those roll-on perfumes that you can buy at like Sephora or Kmart, because you can buy them at Kmart. Take it with you. Take a roll-on. If you have spray deodorant, put it in the car. Spray it in the car, because there are people with asthma. Thank you in advance. Something else that goes in the car also will be sunscreen. Some conventions have an indoor and an outdoor section. I would suggest having sunscreen if you're going to LobbyCon in the outdoor area as well. Then, last of all, this is a little weird, but it's actually pretty helpful, especially if you're going to a convention in summer. Take a hand towel. It is weirdly very helpful. And when I say hand towel, I mean like one of the ones you can get at Daiso. They're very cute and very helpful if you like sweat a lot. Trust me, it will be helpful if you need to sit down on a surface that you're a bit iffy on. If you need to sit down on a surface you're a bit iffy on, it's also very helpful. Trust me, take a hand towel. I have used it in the past at conventions, and it's just something that's good to use at conventions. Now, this one is a biggie because people always forget. Food and drink. Take a bottle, fill it with water, drink it throughout the day. Too many people forget it gets hot in summer, and that is peak water drinking time. Also, snacks. I always have some lollies minimum to keep my blood sugars up so I do not faint. But I also make sure to have something savory in the car, such as shapes or water crackers. It does not need to be the healthiest, it just has to be something to eat. Because you really do not want to pay the expensive costs of buying lunch at a convention. Now I say this, despite the fact that I do bring food, my entire friend group always ends up going either to the food trucks or to South Wharf. But always just have something extra, especially if you can't afford to buy food at conventions. Oh, there's a cat! I will not be bringing my pussy to con.
You what?
And this last thing, which is a comfy set of clothes for after the convention if you are cosplaying, as well as a comfy set of shoes to change into throughout the day of the convention. If you're wearing things like heels or boots for your cosplay, you need a comfy pair of shoes, trust me. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I very much enjoyed making it, especially now being more knowledgeable about what I actually do bring to conventions. You don't have to bring everything in this video, and as I said, half the stuff I will also leave in the car. I really tend to wear like either a backpack or a crossbody bag, and if I do, I will make sure that they are pretty big. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the next day of Upload Every Day December. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!